Welcome again to everyone for our special show for today, which is going to be the year ender. So, yun nga, since year ender to, we will just talk about some highlights of key developments that happened in the blockchain cryptocurrency space for 2023. So, James, meron ka pa bang gustong idagdag?
Well, now you already mentioned it in behalf of the show, of course, the host. And yeah, I would like to greet everyone good evening, good afternoon, good morning, wherever you are, whatever part of the world you're into. Again, welcome. Welcome to this year ender. And sabi nga for me, we will try to do a wrap up because this will be rather our last airing for the year 2023. So without further ado, yeah, bringing in back the mic to my partner, Mr. Fermin Baranechea.
So, pag-usapan natin, James, I think one of the things that we did see as far as blockchain was concerned was the use of blockchain technology for supply chains, diba? It's something that probably 5 years ago people were just talking about it, but I think in 2023 we started seeing more and more companies looking to see how they can use blockchain technology to do things like traceability across a supply chain in terms of tracking your products as they go from point A to point B. So one of the big improvements that blockchain does there is because it's on the blockchain, it's transparent and it gives you all virtually real-time access. Hindi mo na kailangan antayin na, oh, tatanungin mo muna yung logistics, ano ba status? So on the blockchain, you'll see it. I don't know. What do you think about that?
Well, you are correct in telling us no na that the blockchain as a technology started to become palatable or mas nagiging ano no, mas nagiging accepted by technology, both technology enthusiasts and technology practitioners like IT professionals to begin with. And yes, we've seen a lot of projects involving logistics uh, per se, both abroad and locally. For the local ones, we're hearing while not directly related to logistics industry per se, but the government is starting to logistically prepare themselves by putting their databases in blockchain. So we can see that happening. Siguro it's worth noting, no? Excuse me. It's worth noting that with the advance of the technology, as the technology goes along, there are several developments that we see recent partnerships, not just for enthusiasts alone, hindi lang yung mga naniniwala dun sa propesya ng blockchain and cryptocurrency per se, but also some not necessarily adversaries or detractors. One is has been neutral about it for the longest time, and then this year they already became lenient pagdating sa blockchain. And the other is a very stout adversary before. Used to be a basher, yung term nga ng mga ano, di ba? Online term natin for those who were who are actually detractors of the space, particularly of the blockchain technology, pertaining particularly to cryptocurrency, to companies, actually major companies that worth noting, no? Si Google Cloud and si JP Morgan. While Google has never been too critic about blockchain and cryptocurrency, we know for a fact, JP Morgan, paborito niyang bakbakan niya nung araw, no? Si Bitcoin, si crypto. But look at what happened in 2023. The huge development happened for 2023 when there was this blockchain called Chainlink that their layer, well, I will try to make this as digestible to the audience as it is. But that blockchain, yung Chainlink, o yung sabihin natin yung network na yan, it's called a layer zero, or it's a flat ground, or sabihin natin na sa farming or sa pagtatanim, ano siya, blank space siya, no? Sabi nga ni Taylor, ng mga Swifties dyan. It's a blank space wherein it's a blank canvas wherein you can actually develop your ecosystem, your blockchain, o magagawa mo sa madaling salita kung ano yung gusto mong gawin. So Chainlink introduced this to Google and JP Morgan, and they were able to do cross-chain interoperability protocols. Ibig sabihin niyan, ano, even those who are using cryptocurrency and blockchain or network like Ethereum can interoperable with this protocol that was introduced. Now they are actively communicating and connecting mga both private and public blockchain. Alam natin JP Morgan being a bank will not, of course, deploy all of its data, all of its resources sa isang public blockchain. So there's a need to do a hybrid, and that was what Chainlink did for them. Now, yun nga, going back dun sa sinasabi mo about logistics, I think banks, particularly JP Morgan, is looking into the idea of actually solving problems or with logistical with logistical challenge. Yeah, I'm not sure if I'm making sense now, but I hope I do now. If you have questions, just please feel free to type it in the comment section so we can try to answer you back later. So yun lang yung nakikita ko to answer your yung to answer to what you have just shared a while ago.
Well, in fact, related to that, um, since it's logistics, ang papasok na rin dyan eventually, logistics links up with international trade, di ba? Kasi
Hmm?
we're truly becoming one. We're all interconnected. So,
Yeah,
nakita mo rin yan ngayon sa international, that expanded into international trade for things like reports, certificates, licenses. The blockchain was able to greatly enhance speed and accuracy.
yeah. I think blockchain is a technology suits best for a highly globalized economy. While yes, you're correct to say na we are interconnected. I think, so of course, politically, there's still a lot of subdivide, no? Pero yun nga, yung economically speaking, people from the four corners of the world actually get to meet each other online and be able to transact. And with the help of blockchain, maintain the integrity of this transaction, may it be financial or not. I think so. Diba? Sabi mo nga, certificates, diba? There are things na non-financial application. Yeah. Anyway,
And of course, hindi natin maiiwasan. Since you're already talking about international trade, and I think we've seen this, and you alluded to it earlier, one of the biggest industries that has been disrupted by blockchain is banking and finance. And clearly the advances that we're seeing in blockchain technology, smart contracts, digital wallets, payment systems. So it has really started a bandwagon effect. And I think we're already seeing a lot of change happening starting in banking, but it's not going to end with banking. It is going to continue to grow. And I believe more and more industries are going to see, okay, kung ito yung nangyari sa banking, pretty sure there are areas which are similar to us in our industry. How else can we use the blockchain?
agree. While the technology enthusiast continuously discovers how blockchain can be applied simply in the daily lives of people. Kasi we can only find parang fulfillment ng blockchain as a technology when people with no technical technological background can and may be able to participate in using the said technology without having a hard time. Hindi na kailangan intindihin ano yung mga intricacies ng technology. Similar to how the cell phone is right now comparing to how the cell phone was decades ago. So yeah, in the near future, we are very optimistic on seeing more and more applications being developed using using blockchain as a technology rather. So yeah, speaking of the future, Fermin, now that we are on it, siguro it's fair to give some insights, no, to our viewers, especially our avid viewers, those who have been with us for the past couple of quarters, no, when we started this show, when we restarted the show rather. So we would like to thank everyone who's watching us. By the way, in line of that and in light of that, maraming salamat dun sa mga naging station sa atin right now and even during our past episodes and of course moving forward to the future. So yun, what do you think is gonna be happening to let's para hindi masyadong broad, hindi masyadong mabigat sa viewers natin na technology yung pag-uusapan. Let's talk about the common language of everyone, commercially or financially. How do you think will blockchain or cryptocurrency per se can actually fare through the upcoming year since this is a year ender? So we saw a lot of developments in 2023. We've
Well,
heard
I
a
think,
lot of challenges. Yeah.
right. I think, okay, what did what are some of the key developments that happened in 2023? We had the collapse of FTX.
Yes.
We had also the collapse of Silvergate. We saw Binance pleading guilty. So, with all of these three, I'm just mentioning three. I'm sure there are many others. So, one of the things that I definitely foresee happening going forward is there is going to be some form of regulation. Now,
But, yeah.
what exactly what form that will take, we don't know yet. But definitely there's going to be something, because what is very clear is that they cannot continue to operate like the wild west na everything goes. And
Exactly, no.
I believe there will be. Now, what we don't know yet is, what shape or form is it going to take? But it is going to come. And
Uh,
the thing is, I suppose one of the things that you're also going to see is that it will not be a one size fits all. It will vary from country to country.
And
Simply
probably
because,
region to region. Kasi
correct, because
one region, like
even,
for example, sorry to cut,
no, go
just to
ahead.
share. I'm speaking about this. If you've heard the MICA or yung MICA,
Mm, mm, mm.
this is a regional thing in Europe, no?
Europe,
particularly in the
correct.
European Union when they are trying to no yung MICA, which stands for ano nga yung meaning ng MICA? So MICA is actually,
Basically yung Cryptocurrency Act.
yeah, it's cryptocurrency act, but that's the MICA in crypto act is the MI, that it means markets in crypto. Tama ba regulation?
Yes.
It's a MICA regulation, MICA or MICAR. Sabi nila, it's the MICA or MICAR. It stands for Market and Crypto Assets Regulation. This has been an institutionalization of the cryptocurrency in European Union. So sabi mo nga kanina, it might differ from country to country. This one and this one can differ naman from region to region. Meaning one bunch of country in a certain region can adapt to a uniform solution, uniform what you call this regulation. So while I also believe that regulation is really inevitable, tama ka, the regulation will take in a different shape, different with from each country or area of polity. Ibig sabihin yung kung ano yung grupo ng mga country, grupo man ng mga bansa o isang region. Pwedeng APAC will have their own, similar to how the European Union is doing it, or ASEAN, or the case of Asia Pacific region, 'di ba? So maybe they can do something similar to that. Pero I agree to what you said. It may take a form we may not know of just yet. Pero we see it happening, unfolding rather, not yet happening 100%, but it's being unfolded both in the US and I yeah, one huge thing that we can say that happened in 2023 is that China, one of the biggest economy in the world, actually declared Bitcoin an asset. No, while they ban mining, I think they are a bit hindi naman relaxed pero mas maluwag sila ngayon provided that there's some sort of documentation where you got your Bitcoins from. Meaning you can own it, you just can simply mine it, bawal siyang minahin sa loob ng China because it will be eating up resources like energy. Pero owning it, now they're open that if you are a owner, declare it, just show some proof where you get it, and it can be declared as an asset. Knowing how the Chinese Communist Party thinks, baka, not necessarily knowing, but understanding how they think and their culture, I think still has something to do. And I believe it still has something to do with control. Kasi kaya niya dineclare na asset para yung mga tao, mga constituents, mga mamamayan ng China will declare, oh, I have Bitcoin and this is your net worth now. Masusukat na nila. Kasi without them declaring it as an asset, those who are hodling crypto or Bitcoin to be exact may not declare it, and China will not find out that these guys are rich. Diba? I don't know if I'm making sense. But yeah,
No, no,
yun
that's
yung
true. And in fact,
kwento ko.
you raise a very valid point. One other key development China related is they are the ones that are at the forefront of coming up with a mass adoption digital currency na central bank backed.
Yeah, you are correct. They are one of the first actually to be successfully deploy a CBDC for the past 3 to 4 years back. No, while other countries are still dabbling with it. Well, ako I believe that that one is inevitable kasi China has had 100% adapted to digitalization even in rural areas. Kasi they were able to connect rural areas, unlike here na most if not all of them have access to connectivity and were able to do online transactions digitally and virtually. Madali na sa kanila yung sinasabi natin, o yung kinukwento mo na they will do a central bank back and issue digital currency similar to a cryptocurrency. not necessarily a crypto per se or a blockchain powered per se, but the idea and the concept is similar.
And I guess related to that, that's also something that we will be seeing globally. But again, just like the regulation, iba-iba yan. Certain countries will
Alin
have
yung
different
CBDC?
ways of implementing a central bank digital currency.
Ah, yeah, the
Certain countries
CBDC.
will say, we don't think it works.
Yeah, and of course, that will be, ano, no, it will entail not just from a country to country, but politician to politician. Meaning to say leader to leader, for example. Here in the Philippines, how it will be executed, just use the Philippines as an example. How a leader will execute it might be different from how a different leader will do. Yeah. Anyways, yeah, so yeah, basically that's how we see things. And we saw a lot of our friends, people in the space moving in and out of companies, and we also saw some friends moving in and out of the country, yung iba mga kaibigan tayo. Hindi ko na papangalanan, baka ano, baka mapamaskuhan ng year ender, no? Some of our good friends, they're now out of the country, maybe probably reaping the benefits of the yung ano, early stages of the bull run now. Yung mga mapapasana all tayo. Hashtag sana all to our friends, our peers, and our colleagues, di ba? Yung mga who make it out due to the recent upsurge in the space of cryptocurrency. Congratulations, guys. Hope you had a good one. Anyway, well, what do you think? Are we still looking forward, Fermin, for more of such runs or such, ano, mga ganitong mga surges? Sabi nga
Yes, because
natin,
I think the reality is it's, well, if we look at cryptocurrency per se, it's an asset, right? It's an asset class. Granted, it might not be a stable asset class yet, but it's an asset class. So an asset class typically moves in cycles. Hindi naman laging paakyat yan, hindi rin laging pababa yan, and certainly it doesn't move in a straight line. I think you can look at other asset classes, commodities, stocks, bonds. They go through cycles of up, down, up, down, up, down. There is no reason why crypto should be any different. Probably ang ano mo lang dyan pag crypto is maybe the volatility is more pronounced compared to, let's say, gold, halimbawa, or asset classes which have been around for much longer. I think we have to keep in mind that when you're talking about cryptocurrency, it's literally still a baby, di ba?
yeah, compare with other asset class, I agree. Pero siguro, just to give our show some no no some dose of excitement while we may differ in answering this question. Uh by the way, before I blurt this out, before I say this out on ano, no, online and live on air, allow me to just give a brief disclaimer that whatever we will be saying or answering through this question that I'm about to say right now is not financial advice. And we would like to also encourage everyone to do their own research because and trade at your own risk as well. But for the enjoyment of those who are watching right now, allow me to blurt out this famous question in Filipino. 'Di ba? Tuwing nagte-trade tayo, I think it's still this is a cliche and I think this still runs in the ano, in the space, Permin. Correct me if I'm wrong. Pero 'di ba every time we see on the chat groups, on GCs, on forums, this question, especially now while I'm not laughing at newbies, especially by newbies, that question, Sir, tataas ba o bababa ang crypto by 2024? Now, let's have a no no, let's have a different take on it, Fermin. You answer first, tapos sasabihin ko rin yung tingin ko. What do you think? Tataas ba o bababa? Hindi pwedeng in between, ha? Katuwaan
No,
lang to. Again, this is not a financial advice.
correct, correct, correct. Well, okay. What are the two developments we're expecting in 2024, we're expecting the halving. That's first,
Mhm.
and
What's the
possible.
having for the benefit of those na parang ano lang sa show natin? Baka
Basically,
kaka-tune
that
in lang
means
nila.
that the mining rewards given to the miners gets cut in half. So that has an impact on the it's deflationary, no, because that means less supply being introduced into the market. So assuming your demand remains the same or goes higher with less supply, then the likelihood is price moves upwards. But again, no guarantees. Second possible development is the the possible approval of the spot ETFs for Bitcoin and Ethereum. Primarily for Bitcoin. If that happens, again, you're going to have a lot of demand for Bitcoin in particular. So there are a number of catalysts on the horizon which bode well for future price movement. But again, even if it does go up, there is no guarantee it will be in a straight line, and certainly no guarantee that it doesn't correct afterwards.
Okay. Okay. That's fair enough as an answer for me. Is that all or would you like to say more?
No, I'm
Or
good
I
with
can
that.
Okay, ako naman ano. So for those who are asking, I'll plainly answer it with a yes. Now, tama si while Fermin is correct in telling us na hindi siya permanent, but for the year 2024, I believe it will go up kasi sa simple mathematics and the law of a universal law of economics na when the supply, sabi niya kanina, having. Ano ba yung having? Virtually having is lessening the supply available to the market. Huwag na natin pakomplikahin yung explanation. Kasi, yes, there's mining rewards, et cetera, yada, yada, but it's simple. The Bitcoin halving will definitely diminish yung supply or the value of the supply, the value of the supply in the market ng Bitcoin, hence affecting the demand. So pag bumababa ang supply, sabi ni Fermin, if it still maintains the same demand, or if it goes higher, well, economic law will tell us that the price will go high. That's a simple. Hindi na ako magbibigay ng technical analysis, etc., etc. You can debate on me offline or in the chat box, but yes, my answer is a yes. And thank you very much, guys. So yun, ayun lang for me. So maybe that's it. We would like to, I would like to greet na. I don't want to take more of the time of our listeners, of our viewers, since it's about to start a new year now, no? Mag-start na yan.
Pero isang ano lang, James, one thing lang.
Yeah,
Now, since we are talking about what to expect in 2024, join us for our first physical event
of course. Yes.
happening on
Yes.
January 27. Watch out for it. Look at our social media channels where we will be posting the link so
Yep.
that you can register because
If you wanted to
seats are
hear more,
limited.
yeah. If you wanted to hear more, since we have a very limited time here, and you hear more from some of the best um voices and faces in the industry today in the Philippines and internationally speaking. We've invited people like sabihin na natin on air. We've invited people like the head of the GCash cryptocurrency, si Luis Benaventura, who also happens to be the third guy to mint NFT in the whole world. Kasi the third guy, even without wala pang NFT noon. Sabi ko nga, I always joke around this in the space, no? If there's Adam and Eve, siya si Cain. But yeah, anyway, yeah, we will see you there, guys. And yeah, again, I would like to greet all of our viewers. Happy New Year, and we'll see you again probably next time. Thank you. See you.
Have a good one, everyone.
Happy New Year. Bye bye.